How much effort does it take to recite Naam in our life? We think it's something extremely complicated, but in reality, it just takes a second and you can recite the Naam. Any Naam. And it takes 1 second to say it once. Just for a moment, imagine that you were able to say it for every second in 24 hours. How much Naam would you be able to jap? We say we don't have time to jap Naam. If you dedicated 1 day in your life and just recited it with every single second, with just one tongue, every word for every second in 1 day, you would recite 86,400 times in just 1 day. In 1 year, you would recite 31.5 million times. And if you lived to an average age of about 80, in your lifetime you would jap 2.5 billion times. That's how close it is to you. There's nothing else for you to do. If you could just recite again and again and again, how much Naam would you be able to jap? And still we think we don't have time for Naam. And all in reality it takes is 1 second. Do you have a second to recite that Naam right now? And the reality is you don't even have to stop what you're doing to jap Naam. You can do it while doing anything else. You can recite it anywhere, at any time, whilst doing anything. So why have we made Naam so difficult? Why have we made it so complicated? What can be simpler? And when we break it down into the number of seconds that we have in our day, the number of breaths, the number of opportunities that we have in just 1 day, then we realize that the only real lesson is this. This is what the Guru's been telling us all along. And how many breaths have you wasted? How many opportunities have you had so far? And how many other words have you recited in that time? What else has been more important that you've dedicated those words rather than the words of Naam? If you were to ask someone, what is the one message of the Guru? The one message of the Guru, the answer would be, is to recite Naam. This is how simple it can be. So what are we saying with our tongue that we think is more beneficial to say? What can we say that's better for us than this? And we have a tongue, we have the ability to speak, but still Naam seems to evade our lips. And yet, when that happens, it's so easy to blame absolutely everything else. And what we're doing is we are not taking responsibility for the fact that we just haven't prioritized Naam in our life. We haven't given it that priority.